Hi, I'm Neli Spurrell with Spears & Co. And I'm here today to talk about hummingbirds and hummingbird migration to Rockport-Fulton in September. It's one of the best time of the year to visit our town. In September, we have a great migration of hummingbirds to Rockport-Fulton. It's a beautiful time of the year to come visit our town and enjoy this amazing migration of ruby-throat and black-team hummingbirds through the whole coast of the Texas. The hummingbirds come from all over North America on the fall time, the first to last week of September, and they kind of funnel all the way down. And right here, when they funnel into this area, Rockport-Fulton, they get their last burst of energy of sugar and then cross the Gulf of Mexico to go spend the winter in South and Central America. So it's a great time of the year to come see the hummingbirds. When you come to town for the Hummingbird Festival, we have feeders all over town. Everybody in town put their feeders up. I have one right here behind me at Linda Castro Nature and Wildlife Sanctuary, one of the 19 sites of Aransas pathways that are open to the public that has lots of birds, not just hummingbirds, but we do have some feeders out so people can come sit down in one of the shaded areas and enjoy watching the birds quietly. Beautiful time to watch them coming through. When we put our hummingbird feeders up, we use 1 part of sugar to 4 parts of clean water, and we dissolve it all the way. And we keep the feeders full with that sugar water while they're migrating through. And just clean the feeders every other day with warm water, a little bit bleach, and keep the feeders up, and your hummers will come to your backyard. And every backyard in Rockport-Fulton has a feeder waiting for the hummers to come through. When you come visit Rockport-Fulton for the Hummingbird Festival, stop by the Visitor Center in downtown Rockport. They will get you a map of the Aransas Pathway sites. Even with COVID-19, we are not going to have the in-person Hummingbird Festival this year, but you still, if you are in town for that month, stop by the Visitor Center and pick one of the Aransas Pathways map and visit one of those sites. One great thing we do here as a community, we plant lots of native plants that attract hummingbirds so that not just the sugar water, but they have what they need as far as nectar for their migration. In September hummingbird migration with our Hummingbird Festival, we have homeowners that open their gardens for people to also watch the hummingbirds migration through the month of September. This year, 2020, because of COVID-19, we are not going to have an in-person Hummingbird Festival, but the public sites will still be open to the public, like this one, Linda Castro Nature and Wildlife Sanctuary in Rockport. And so if you are in town, you can come to one of those sites and just watch the birds and see how wonderful the migration is. At my house, it's wonderful to see. I get around 200 hummingbirds daily through my garden that comes through that migration, visited my flowers and my native plants. When we put our feeders up, 2 very important tips to make sure that they're done right. Number 1, keep them clean and make sure you clean with warm water only and maybe a little bit bleach to clean them up. Don't use soap. The second thing is use a brush, just a bottle brush, or you can go online and get some of those hummingbird bottle brushes that's a little more longer than this one. But just clean your feeders with the warm water and bleach and a good brush. The second thing is every other day or no longer than 2 days, change that sugar water because it can get fermented and might not be good for their belly. So keep that sugar water clean and fresh. every other day or every day if possible. The last tip is don't use red dyes in your sugar water. Don't buy any of those red dyes that you can see on the big stores because it's not good for the hummingbirds, and you can make your own sugar water at home. Right here at Linda Castro Birding Sanctuary in Rockport, you can see awesome migration of hummingbirds. You can come any time of the day. It's open to the public like any of the other sites of the Aransas pathway.